Welcome, gearheads and data streamers, to the Auto Brief News, your daily shot of high-octane truth in a world of lukewarm press releases. I'm Amber Light, and next to me, attempting to decode the future with a wrench and a furrowed brow, is the inimitable Jim Kana.
Inimitable. Right. Like a single carburetor engine trying to keep up with an entire ECU. Good morning, or afternoon, depending on where you're currently wrestling with traffic. Today, Amber tells me we're discussing something Porsche's done. Something that, quite frankly, is going to make a good number of you spill your morning brew. A GT3 without a lid.
That's one way to put it, Jim. And it perfectly encapsulates the seismic shift we're witnessing. Porsche has just dropped a bombshell, revealing the 911 GT3 S/C with a high-revving, naturally aspirated engine and a manual transmission. But it's a cabriolet.
A cabriolet? You see, the very words feel wrong in the same sentence as GT3. It's like putting a spoiler on a stately Rolls-Royce. Unnecessary. Un-Porsche-like, if you ask me. What's next? An SUV with a manual gearbox. Oh, wait.
Jim, let's be precise. This isn't just any cabriolet. This is the 911 GT3 S/C, a vehicle Porsche is positioning as a true driver's car. And for the first time, it introduces a GT3 with a fully automatic convertible roof. But before you dismiss it as a mere sun worshipper's toy, let's look at the numbers, because they are anything but soft. We're talking a naturally aspirated 4.0-liter boxer engine, kicking out 375 kilowatts, or 510 PS, and yes, a manual transmission option.
Driver's car. You can call it what you like, Amber, but remove the roof from a finely tuned instrument like a GT3, and you're adding flex. You're compromising rigidity. You're introducing shudder, scuttle shake. It's an engineering marvel, I'm sure, to try and counteract that, but why introduce the problem in the first place? A GT3 is meant for the track, for surgical precision, not for enjoying the breeze on a Sunday drive.
Precisely the point of innovation, Jim. Porsche isn't shying away from engineering challenges. They're embracing them. The press release highlights a thorough, lightweight design for maximum driving pleasure. We're seeing bonnet, wings, and doors made of carbon fiber anti-roll bars, magnesium used in the fully automatic cabriolet roof, and a lightweight 40 ampere-hour lithium-ion battery. They've kept the weight down to just 1,497 kilograms, only about 30 kilograms more than the 991 Generation 911 Speedster. That, for a fully automatic soft top, is an elegant solution to a complex physics problem.
Carbon fiber, magnesium. Yes, they're throwing the book at it, aren't they? Trying to weld back the integrity they sliced away. I suppose on paper, the numbers are compelling. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.9 seconds. A top speed of 313 kilometers per hour. Those are proper GT3 figures. But a true GT3 driver, a purist, they want the raw, unadulterated experience. They want the car to feel like an extension of their spine, not a sun lounger on wheels. This, Amber, feels like compromise. And the GT3 badge has never been about compromise.
Or perhaps, Jim, it's about expansion. About offering that visceral GT3 experience to a new segment of enthusiasts who crave the open-air connection without sacrificing performance. Consider the chronograph 911 GT3 S/C for owners, a timepiece designed by Porsche Design, crafted from ultra-lightweight titanium, with a dial reflecting the car's instrument panel. This isn't just about a car, it's about a complete, integrated lifestyle experience, where precision and design extend to your wrist.
A watch, eh? An expensive trinket to remind you what you're driving. Back in my day, your wristwatch told you the time, and your car told you how fast you were going, through the seat of your pants. Though, I do appreciate a well-engineered movement. Swiss, you say? Perhaps they should have put a watchmaker in charge of the roof mechanism too. Make it a manual crank. That would be true heritage.
I think even you might balk at a manual crank on a 2026 Porsche GT3 S/C, Jim. But speaking of heritage, Porsche references the 911 Speedster from 2019, positioning this as a pure two-seater, driver hyper-focused open top. What does that bring to mind for your analog sensibilities?
The Speedster. A beautiful machine, but it always had that sense of being a special occasion car, not a track weapon. It was more about elegance and style. This GT3 S/C, though, if they're serious about the GT3 ethos, the closest thing to this concept in Porsche's history, in my mind, would be the Porsche 968 Club Sport Cabriolet study of 1993. A concept, never produced, a stripped-down, lightweight 968 with no roof, meant for track days and raw driving. It had that uncompromising focus. The GT3 S/C is trying to blend those two worlds, the hardcore track car and the open-top cruiser. It's a very ambitious tightrope walk.
And one they seem to be executing with typical Porsche precision. The focus on lightweight materials isn't just for rigidity, but for agility. The PCCB braking system is standard, 20-inch front and 21-inch rear center-lock magnesium wheels. This is a car built to carve corners, not just cruise boulevards. Before we dive further into the engineering marvels, let's take a quick pit stop. This segment is fueled by echoesoftheroad.com, vintage gear design for car enthusiasts, and anyone who believes true beauty has mileage. Echoesoftheroad.com is your definitive apparel store of vintage car culture.
Indeed. If you're looking for great car-inspired designs, echoesoftheroad.com is your place. Now, where were we? Ah yes, the roof, or lack thereof.
The roof, Jim, is actually quite ingenious. Magnesium ribs allow for a coupe-like roofline when closed, and it operates in approximately 12 seconds, at speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour. They've also integrated an electrically operated wind deflector. This isn't just a simple soft top, it's a meticulously engineered component that contributes to the car's aerodynamics and comfort.
50 kilometers an hour? So you can close it before the inevitable downpour on the autobahn. Practical, I suppose. And magnesium. All right, credit where it's due. That's serious weight saving. But you're still taking a car, a chassis, designed for ultimate stiffness and turning it into, well, something that will inevitably flex more, however subtly. I always believed a GT3 should be as rigid as a granite block.
Perhaps this is Porsche's way of demonstrating that rigidity can be achieved through advanced materials and design, rather than just through a fixed roof. They're pushing the boundaries, proving that you can have both open-air exhilaration and track-focused performance. They even included a track screen display mode in the digital instrument cluster to reduce clutter and show only essential data. This caters directly to the purist, Jim.
A track screen on a cabriolet. You know, Amber, I almost see the logic there. Almost. It's like putting a racing helmet on a gentleman driver in a tweed jacket. But I suppose if you're going to have the wind in your hair, you might as well know your oil temperature. It's a step, I'll grant you. A hesitant, slightly confused step, but a step nonetheless.
And for those who want to make a visual statement, there's the optional street style package. Decorative graphics on the front wings, Porsche lettering in pyro red, tinted HD matrix headlights, and body-colored air blades. The interior gets 4-tone braided leather in slate gray, guards red, magnesium gray, and Kalahari. Even the gear lever has an open-pore laminated wood knob with a pyro red shift pattern. This is about curated aesthetics meeting raw performance.
Street style package. So, more bits to look at rather than to feel. Pyro red. Is that a shade of orange? I preferred my racing stripes in actual paint, thank you very much. Not something you stick on. Though I will admit, some of those older Italian interiors, with their vibrant leathers and wood, they had a certain elan. But on a GT3, a car meant for surgical precision, not for lounging in an armchair. This is where the industry loses me, Amber. All these options, all this personalization, just give me the pure machine.
But isn't choice part of the evolution, Jim? Allowing drivers to tailor their experience? It still delivers the fundamental GT3 thrill. Andreas Preuninger, head of GT Cars, states, "For the first time, the 911 GT3 S/C uses the double wishbone front axle on an open-top 911. Combined with the particularly high-grip sports tires and low weight, the car offers driving pleasure on winding roads that was previously virtually unheard of in an open-top car. That's a bold statement from the man himself.
Preuninger is a good man, a proper petrolhead, and a double wishbone front axle on an open top is certainly interesting. It suggests they've truly wrestled with the engineering. High-grip tires are always welcome, but previously unheard of. I've had unheard of driving pleasure in a well-sorted 1970s rally car, amber, with half the horsepower and none of the digital wizardry. It's about the connection, the feedback, the dialogue with the road. Can this open-top GT3 truly replicate that pure conversation? That's the real question.
The intent is clear, Jim. Porsche is trying to fuse the raw, visceral experience you crave with the refined engineering and technological advancements that are defining modern mobility. It's about taking the essence of the GT3 and making it accessible to those who want the sun on their face as they hit the apex.
Sun on their face as they hit the apex. You make it sound almost romantic, Amber. For me, hitting the apex was about a bead of sweat on my brow and the smell of hot oil and tires, not a refreshing breeze. But I suppose times change, though I'm not entirely convinced that every innovation is an improvement. Sometimes, the simple solution is the best one. All right, let's pull over for another essential service. This next segment is brought to you by mynotespace.com. For those of us who still prefer to jot down thoughts, lap times, or brilliant ideas for rebuilding vintage engines by hand, mynotespace.com offers premium, robust, and beautifully designed notebooks. Because some data is best captured with the satisfying scratch of ink on paper. Don't let your best thoughts vanish into the cloud. Make them tangible with mynotespace.com.
Even I, the digital visionary, appreciate the elegance of a well-structured thought on paper. But Jim, let's bring it back to the intersection of analog and digital. What do you think this GT3 S/C signals for the future of Porsche's performance cars? Is this the thin end of the wedge, leading to more diluted GT models, or a brave new chapter?
It's a gamble, Amber. A big gamble. Porsche has always understood the purist market better than anyone. They know their customers will nitpick every gram of weight, every fraction of a degree of chassis flex. This car, it's going to divide opinion like a political debate at a pub. Some will love the idea of an open-top GT3 for weekend blasts. Others will see it as heresy. For me, the true GT3 has always been the fixed-roof, uncompromised machine. This feels like Porsche is testing the waters, trying to appeal to a broader church. And sometimes, when you try to appeal to everyone, you end up appealing to no one.
Or, Jim, they're creating a new definition of appeal. They're leveraging their engineering prowess to offer an unprecedented combination. It's a testament to their ability to push boundaries. I see it as an exciting evolution, a daring move that challenges conventional wisdom. It proves that a driver's car can exist in multiple forms, adapting to different desires without losing its soul.
Soul. That's your word, Amber. For me, soul is forged in fire and grit, not in sleek CAD drawings and carbon fiber weaves. But I won't deny the sheer audacity of it. A GT3 cabriolet. It's certainly got people talking, and perhaps that's what Porsche wants.
Precisely. And that, Jim, is why we have this show. To get people talking. To dissect these fascinating developments, marrying your analog insights with my digital vision.
And to argue, mostly, which we do rather well.
We do. So, final thoughts on the Porsche 911 GT3 S/C, Jim? If you had the keys, would you take it for a spin?
If it had the manual gearbox, and if I could turn off every single nanny-state electronic intervention, and if I had a proper stretch of winding B-road with no traffic, then yes, I'd take it. I'd wring its neck, find out if that naturally aspirated engine still sings, and see if the chassis can truly deliver the feedback a GT3 should. I might even put the roof down. once, just to say I did it.
Progress, Jim. Progress. And that's what we love to see. The intersection of breathtaking performance and innovative engineering. So there you have it, folks. The new Porsche 911 GT3 SC. A car that promises to be as controversial as it is compelling. And for your 60-second dash for today, the GT3 SC proves Porsche believes in the open-top track car. Carbon fiber, magnesium, manual gearbox. It's a high-wire act of engineering to keep rigidity high and weight low, despite the automatic roof. Don't blink, the future of speed is here. For more in-depth analysis, behind-the-scenes content, and Jim's perpetually cynical takes, head over to theautobrief.news. You can also sign up for the Telegram, our weekly newsletter delivered straight to your inbox every Friday, featuring Jim's unfiltered thoughts.
Unfiltered is an understatement. And if your engine blows on the way there, remember our 404 page. Engine blown, back to the starting grid.
That's all the time we have for today. From Jim Khanna, the analog soul, and myself, Amber Light, the digital future, this has been the Auto Brief News. Keep the shiny side up.
Or down, if you're in the new GT3 SC.
Welcome back to the Auto Brief News, where we dissect the future of mobility with a surgeon's precision and, well, Jim's blunt instrument approach. I'm Amber Light, and today we're plugging into a truly electrifying topic.
Blunt instrument. At least it's a calibrated blunt instrument. Good morning. Today Amber is particularly vibrant. She's been muttering about neural networks on wheels and sentient dashboards. It can only mean one thing. More code than combustion. We're talking about the all-new electric Mercedes C-Class.
Jim, it's not just more code, it's an entirely reimagined ecosystem. Mercedes-Benz has redefined what a C-Class can be for the electric era, and frankly, it's a digital manifesto on wheels. This isn't just a car, it's a meticulously engineered experience.
Experience. I prefer drive. And I prefer my experiences to involve the smell of petrol and the tactile feedback of a hydraulic steering rack, not the subtle whir of a server farm. But all right, Amber, you've got my attention. What exactly has Stuttgart cooked up that's got you this charged?
Charged is the perfect word, Jim. The headline here is MB.OS, the Mercedes-Benz operating system. It enables a new generation of MBUX, integrating multiple AI agents. This is the first infotainment system in a car to do that, leveraging generative AI from ChatGPT, Microsoft Bing, and Google Gemini. This is not just a voice assistant, it's a forward-looking digital companion that conducts complex dialogues and remembers context. It's revolutionizing the relationship between vehicle and driver.
Generative AI from ChatGPT and Google Gemini. You're telling me my next Mercedes will be able to write poetry about my commute? Or argue philosophy with me? Sounds like more distractions than driving aids. I thought the idea was to simplify the driving experience, not turn it into a rolling debate club. Whatever happened to just turning the radio on?
It's about intuitive integration, Jim. The MBUX virtual assistant is always present on the zero layer as a living avatar. It adapts its color to match the ambient style you choose. You can even pick a human-like avatar that emerges from a star cloud. And the display, a 39.1-inch seamless MBUX hyperscreen, is powered by the Unity game engine, delivering real-time graphics. This creates an immersive, holistic driving and spatial experience. Imagine this. You're navigating, and the system seamlessly integrates 3D representations of other road users, cars, bicycles, pedestrians, directly onto your driver display. It's called MBUX Surround Navigation.
Unity game engine. I suppose if you're going to have a screen the size of a cinema, it might as well look good. But a living avatar and star clouds sounds like a teenager's bedroom on wheels. And surround navigation showing me bicycles. I prefer to see them with my own two eyes, through clean glass, thank you very much. All this visualization, is it truly helping the driver, or simply making the machine feel clever?
It's about situational awareness, Jim. Seeing what the car sees, understanding how the assistance systems are supporting you. It's about enhancing safety and reducing cognitive load. And let's not forget the sheer range this electric C-Class delivers, up to 762 kilometers WLTP. And with 800-volt technology, you can recharge 325 kilometers in just 10 minutes. This isn't just efficient, it's a testament to optimized energy flow. This is a car ready for the open road, not just the city circuit.
762 kilometers and 325 in 10 minutes. All right, those are numbers that even I, a man who still carries a petrol card, can appreciate. That's a proper cross-country sprint. But an electric C-Class? I suppose it was inevitable. The C-Class has always been a benchmark for comfort and quality, a sort of sanctuary, as they put it. Does this electric version still feel like a Mercedes, or has it become just another tech gadget with wheels?
It absolutely retains that welcome home feeling, Jim. They've elevated comfort with new high-end seats offering lumbar support, massage, and 4D sound. There are even 10-minute energizing comfort programs, fresh breeze, warm and cozy, that transform commuting into moments of mental and physical recovery. This is about total well-being.
Massage seats, warm and cozy programs. Good heavens, Amber, are we driving a car or checking into a spa? I preferred my comfort to come from a perfectly damped chassis and a seat that held me firm through a corner, not one that's gently kneading my lumbar. Though I admit, after a particularly long stint in a recalcitrant vintage racer, a 10-minute power nap sounds less objectionable.
Let's take a brief moment to recharge our own batteries. This segment is powered by echoesoftheroad.com. For those who believe every scratch tells a story and every engine has a song, echoesoftheroad.com is your ultimate destination for vintage gear design. Echoesoftheroad.com is your definitive apparel store of vintage car culture.
Indeed, a place where character isn't a software update. Now, Amber, tell me about the actual driving of this thing. All this digital wizardry, all these screens. Does it still handle like a Mercedes? Or has it become another one of those clinical appliances?
On the contrary, Jim, this is being called the sportiest C-Class ever. It features airmatic air suspension with predictive damping based on car-to-X data and Google Maps, and 4.5-degree rear axle steering. That reduces the turning circle by almost a meter, making it incredibly agile. Mercedes-Benz says it's an agile cornering machine, yet as smooth as an S-Class on long journeys. It's the perfect blend of dynamics and comfort.
Rear axle steering and airmatic. That's serious kit. My father, a heavy machinery mechanic, always said a car should feel planted. This sounds like it's trying to defy physics. To be agile and smooth simultaneously. It's a trick that very few cars truly master. I suppose if any company can pull it off, it's Mercedes. But is it engaging? Or is it simply doing all the work for you?
It's doing the work to enhance your engagement, Jim. The MB.Drive assistance systems, with up to 27 cameras and sensors, are not just about safety. They're about a seamless, point-to-point driving experience, even in heavy city traffic. It's about reducing the tedious parts of driving so you can truly enjoy the spirited parts. And the optional digital light headlamps with micro LED technology can dynamically swivel and project information onto the road, improving visibility and safety. This is about making driving intuitive, relaxing, and ultimately, more fun.
Fun? When the car is doing all the thinking for you? That's not fun, Amber. That's being a passenger. Though I must admit those adaptive headlights on my old rally car were a godsend in a dark forest. If this digital light can genuinely make things clearer, well, that's a real-world benefit. But all this predictive stuff, the car knowing what's around the corner before I do, it removes the challenge, the thrill of anticipating, of driving.
It shifts the challenge, Jim. From raw mechanical wrestling to intelligent interaction. It's about a symbiotic relationship. And visually, this C-Class is a statement. A coupe-like silhouette, an iconic illuminated grille with 1,050 illuminated dots, and star-designed taillights. Even the panoramic roof has 162 individually illuminated stars that match the ambient lighting. This car doesn't just drive, it performs a symphony of light and intelligence.
A symphony of light? Good heavens. My symphonies were usually performed by a flat 6 at 8,000 revolutions per minute. But I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to build a digital sanctuary, as they called it. A place where you're insulated from the chaos of the outside world, surrounded by all this intelligence. I suppose for some that's what they want. For me, I still prefer to feel the road, the vibrations, the fight of the machine.
Perhaps, Jim, this car offers a different kind of fight. The fight against inefficiency, against stress, against the mundane. It's a machine built to serve your journey, not just transport you.
Alright, you lot, a quick Silent Jim meme for your brains. This new electric Mercedes C-Class has more screens than my garage has wrenches, and more AI than a chess grandmaster. My verdict? It's either the future of driving, or a very expensive distraction from the joy of driving. Probably both. You can find more of my cynical wisdom, sometimes with a picture of a helmet, on our social channels. I'm told I have to do those. Dreadful business.
It's called engagement, Jim, and it's effective. Now, as we approach the checkered flag on this episode, what's your ultimate verdict on the all-new electric Mercedes C-Class? Is it a true Mercedes, or has it veered too far into the digital realm for your taste?
It's a Mercedes, all right. The quality, the engineering, the sheer capability, it's all there. But it's a Mercedes for a different era. An era I'm still observing. It's an undeniably clever machine, astonishingly efficient, and packed with enough computing power to launch a small rocket. But I worry about the relentless pursuit of effortless. Effort, Amber, is where character is built, both in the car and in the driver. So, my verdict? A technical masterpiece. But I'll need to drive it for about 1,000 kilometers, with the screens off, before I can tell you if it has a soul.
A challenge I'm sure Mercedes-Benz would gladly accept. For me, Jim, this car is a profound statement. It's not just redefining the midsize segment, it's setting a new benchmark for intelligent speed, for a holistic driving experience that anticipates, adapts, and elevates. It's the future, accelerating fast.
Don't blink indeed. You might miss a firmware update.
For more insights, our full review, and to see if Jim ever comes around to liking a car that can talk back, head over to the autobrief.news. Sign up for the Telegram for Jim's weekly missives, usually filled with nostalgic rants and surprisingly astute observations.
Just don't ask the AI to summarize it.
From Jim Khanna, the keeper of the flame, and myself, Amber Light, lighting the way to tomorrow, this has been the Auto Brief News. Keep the shiny side up.
And try to feel the road, not just the pixel.